Ready. Play.
Then I think Ostapenko makes it 7-0 versus Swiatek. But if she loses to Pavlyuchenkova, then it's going to be Iga. But so I'll go Iga because I think Pavlyuchenkova beats Ostapenko.
Yeah. So we've got one Ostapenko and 4 Swiateks, unless I'm mistaken. I think James is Ostapenko and the rest of us are Swiatek. Okay.
Thank you for the win.
I do actually think that Ostapenko is so far inside Iga's head at this point that it's like nailed on to be 7-0 when they next play.
Although this is not necessarily the best way to approach these scenarios, I do know what Nick means when he said yesterday that he keeps backing Iga because it's got to happen, and I thought it would happen in Stuttgart, and I thought before Stuttgart, so not when it came to the Stuttgart match, I thought that the 4-0 when it was 4-0 was a bit overplayed, and but then after the wins, in Dubai, I think it was this year, and now in Stuttgart, it's obvious there's a huge.
That reminds me a lot of that Mick McCarthy meme, which is, you lost this many matches, it can't keep going on. It can.
In terms of results, Mick, 1 win in 17. It can't go on like this, can it? It can.
Well, let's see. But most of us do at least have ego emotion from this section. But I almost think that for my thing to come to fruition, then it's got to be somewhere that Ostapenko's losing one of those first 2 matches. But I like that stat that Carson wheeled out, and that makes me think that somewhere, somehow, Ostapenko's not getting to that 4th round. I do think Iga is getting there. I know Noskova could be a problem, but I do think one way or another Iga's getting to that 4th round. I think she'll go beyond that and to the quarterfinals and maybe even further, obviously defending champion. All right, let's wrap up the women's section just by us chatting, just to give us a thought on who is going to win the tournament. I'm going Sabalenka. Who else is with me?
I think I'm with you.
So I think that's Carson, that's James. And was it Brenner as well, said Sabalenka? Oh, okay. Fergus?
I'm undecided. I'll go new Masters winner, but I won't tell you who.
Yeah.
Because I can't give you a name, but I feel as though there's a new because I just feel like Iga's the most dominant clay force on the women's side in the last 5-6 years is not at the peak of her powers at this current moment. And, Sabalenka's obviously a huge force to be reckoned with, but, maybe someone, I wouldn't say it would be like a qualifier, but, someone that you just don't really think will come through, I reckon might win. So I'll say someone will get a new Masters winner.
I just can't make a huge case for anyone except for Arena. Go on then, Brenner. Try and make one for me.
Yeah, not necessarily who I want to win. I would be happy if they did win. Mira Andreeva. All good. Just thinking about conditions here. Okay. Who that suits best.
All right. All right. Interesting. For me, that also adds to my Arena case. But exactly. We'll come back to this in the next few days, I'm sure. Who's winning the tournament? I'm going for. We've all laid out our players and our thoughts, so we don't need to go into too much detail. It's a really, 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 really tough section. But if he emerges from that section and gets to the quarters, Alexander Zverev. Fergus?
Yeah.
If he's fit enough and he stays fit, I'm going to go Alcaraz. I feel like he wants a little bit more than what he got in Barcelona. Obviously, be gutted after that real loss with the injury. If he's fit enough, I think it's Alcaraz.
Yeah. All right, Brenner.
I'm with Fergus fitness wise. Alcaraz And I wouldn't be surprised to see Runa in this final and do it again.
So an Alcaraz, are they on opposite sides of the draw? Are they? Yeah, Alcaraz and Runa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Alcaraz is a potential semi-finalist for Novak as well. So that could be also something to look forward to, especially if the fireworks can be anything like many of their previous clashes, but in particular that Madrid semi-final they had in 2022, I think was the last time we saw Novak there, was just off the scale level and possibly their second best match. Cincinnati probably does eclipse that. But yes. Okay. I've gone Zverev. Brenner and Carson have gone Alcaraz. Fergus, and we've got Aruna, by the way, don't forget, from James. And Fergus, you are going...
No, I said Alcaraz. It's Carson that hasn't said his.
Oh, Carson. Sorry, Carson.
Oh, good. Maybe a little bit boring, but I mean, same as Brenner and Fergus. I think if Alcaraz is healthy, he's going to win this tournament. I think he'll be motivated after not pulling out the victory in Barcelona. So,
cool. All right, that's it. Most people going to Alcaraz. I've gone Zverev, and James has gone for Runa. Still, lots to look forward to. Fingers crossed everyone can be healthy. Of course, as we said, question marks over the fitness of Alcaraz and Tsitsipas, among others. Any qualifying news to just give you before we bring this to a wrap? Darwin Blanche was a break up, believe it or not, on Maishik in the second set, but he's not only lost that break, he's actually now down a break. So the pole is within touching distance of winning that match. Muller has indeed got the job done over Basavaredi 1-1. And Harris lost the first set to Hijikata. And talking of Harris, I should say specify Lloyd Harris has lost that first set. Billy Harris is down a break to Ethan Quinn. Quinn, of course, who played Alcaraz. And wasn't that first set pretty close with Alcaraz last week in Barcelona? Am I right?
Second set.
Second set. Okay. Second set that was close.
Had a set point on serve.
Yeah, had a set point in the breaker.
Ooh, okay. Who is not motivated, Tony? Maybe it's someone in our audience after a 1 hour and 47 minute stream. I don't know, but that could be certainly pointed at many people on the tour as well. All right, listen, let's wrap this up. Thanks everyone for joining. Of course, that means everyone in the chat. If you are new to the channel, do hit subscribe. You've got about 60 seconds before this video comes to an end. And if you get that subscribe in right now, you'll see that ticker move over. But if you do it retrospectively, that's also just as good. And you'll get to feel good about that, I hope. But also hit the like button and there's a notification bell. I think it means that you're more likely to get notification when we go live because I think sometimes YouTube might skip you if you don't. But anyway, do give these guys a follow on social media. Let's see how quickly I can find that. I found hit the like button banner. I've also got one for Fergus here. There he is at Fergus_Gav. We've got Carson here as well on X as well at Carson Nix01 to replicate a world ranking that everyone obviously seeks. And why is Simon says tennis this far down? Don't know, but there he is. He's about where Tsitsipas is in the rankings in terms of my banners right now. But that is pure chance. That's a
pure insult. That's a pure insult.
All right. Well, Madrid's knocking on the door.
Resting in Madrid. All right. So
exactly.
Brenner's gonna have a good time in Madrid sometime. Okay. Cool. Anyway, that's that. I'm now gonna click out. If you all want to say a collective goodbye.
See ya.
Ciao.
All right. Now I have to find the button. Oh, there it is. Ciao.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.